Hey guys, welcome back to Bearded Lumber. Matthew and I appreciate you tuning in. Today is going to be a first for us over here at our motor planer, and that's unusual, something we hadn't done. But had a customer had an unusual request, and I thought about it. And I said, yeah, we can do that. And it involves these big high-speed knives. So come right back and we'll explain what we're going to do and how we're going to get there. Okay guys, what we had is a customer doing some horse stalls, and he wanted some 1.5 inch tongue and groove, and he wanted to use some store-bought lumber. Hey, it works for me. We didn't have to cut it, we didn't have to dry it. All we're going to do is tongue and groove, V-groove it. But to get to that point, we got to run some different heads. We're going to run high-speed steel for the thickness, 1.5 inch. Yes, I could do it in carbide, but I don't have carbide blades. I had these available. These heads are 100 millimeter, 4 inches, and they were set up for S4S. Well, we're not using them S4S anymore because we bought another set of heads to do it with in insert carbide. So we'll switch these over and probably not switch them back unless there's a need arises. And I really couldn't think of one because well, the heads we bought are 100 millimeter, 4 inches, insert carbide. So they'll do anything we want to do that this head will do in oak, hickory, maple, pine, whatever. So we probably won't be using these S4S. So we'll put these tongue and groove knives on here and pretty much leave them until something else comes up. So let's talk about changing them. It goes without saying, guys, that you gotta be careful. These things are sharp. Hardest thing Matthew and I run into was breaking the bolts loose. We've already got them loosened up. So once you get them loose, you pull your old knife out, and I can see where we'd run these. We run some S4S.
It's been a while.
Oak through here. No, that hickory. We run some hickory, and that put a lot of wear on these knives. So this one, Matthew, well, this side don't have it. This side does. It's got indication lines right here. So when you set your knife down there, these are new, so we'll go all the way to the back, but as they wear out, you can move them forward. And when you get to that line right there, that knife's wore out. It's time to get another one. But these being new, we'll just slide them all the way to the back of the thing. I just want to go through and lightly tighten them. I hadn't mentioned it. These knives are what they call corrugated, and there's corrugations here that match. So you have to make sure and get them set in good and tight before you go to locking it down. And that's it on that one, other than torquing it. And they suggest, and I recommend, start in the middle, like you're torquing a head on a car. Start in the middle and work your way out. Okay. Get it in the spot. Okay. That was done. We'll turn it around here, pull out the other knife. I don't have to do a lot of excessive cleaning because we haven't used these a whole lot. So, but if your stuff's dirty, you got to clean it. We'll set it all the way to the back of the notch and do the same thing. Snug it up. Okay. We'll go back to the center. Get in there. There we go. Okay, now these heads are done. Now what you got to remember, this is an inboard head. Okay, this is your inboard head. It's going to rotate counterclockwise. This is your outboard head. It's going to rotate clockwise. The knife always has to be pointed back towards the operator. So, last thing we need to do is take this high dollar setup jig and zero it out. Zero. Now we'll pull it down, and half the radius of this pin is 0.75, and that's what it's at. So we'll take our knife. This is our finished face, so we will measure against this face right here. Okay. We'll set that up till it touches. That's 3035. And there may be a slight variance here. That was actually 30285. So there's just a slight variance in those knives. Okay. This is our outboard knife. So we'll take right on it out so we don't have to remember it. And its radius is 3.035. She used a black Sharpie on this one, but we can read that. That's fine. Let me take this one off. Now this is cutting our groove for the groove side, and we'll measure against this face right here. And that'll be our finished width between that face and the one we measured over here. Slide it on. Screw it down a little bit. Right there. Okay. That's 2.64. That's 2.647. So, what did I do with the Sharpie? I just had it. Well, amazing how you can lose a Sharpie so quick. So this is our inboard knife, and its radius is 2 inches, 647 thousandths. And we'll use that number in setting up the machine. So get this off here, turn our scale off. There's a Sharpie, where I thought it went, over there. So that's all you got to do in setting up those heads. The rest of it is over here setting the machine up. I know for a fact on these side cutters, they are set up perfectly to work with a 10,000 shim when you set the machine up to where basically your elevation is perfect. And I think these are too, and we're getting ready to prove that here in just a second. We should be able to drop this head down on a spindle, and this height be the perfect dimension for an 1.5 inch finished board. But we'll verify that. Anything else, Matthew?
Follow their instructions.
Yeah. Nice to have a.
Because we preach all the time about using a book. We still have our student handbook from Lineage, and we broke it out to make sure we did everything with this head correctly.
Yep. Organization goes a long way, keeping all your heads sorted, separated. We got stuff wrote on here, but I put them back in the 100mm head. They were new. They're used now. So there we go. We've had these heads since our initial order, and hadn't used them. Been wanting to, just hadn't done it. So today's the day we're going to run some Lowe's lumber through here and make 1.5 inch tongue and groove V-groove for a horse stall. Come back for another video for that. But this one was basically setting these heads up. Let's go over here and drop it on the machine real quick. Okay guys, we're over here at our molder. We just run some nickel gap. It's sitting over there. Beautiful stuff. But now we need to transition it to this T&G V-groove 1.5 inch. So I got my locking nut on there. Break it loose. We're gonna have to have a whole new shim pack for this taller head. We'll take all these off. This is our 1.5" insert carbide. We love these, by the way. Take our, oh, one thing I didn't discuss, on these 4-wing heads, you can run 4 knives if you so choose, but if you don't run a knife, you have to run a backer. You see that little backer in there? And that keeps them even weighted so they're not out of balance. Okay, drop our new head on there. I can already see we're gonna have to, we got a chip breaker here that's got to get moved back so that we don't intersect it. That would be bad. Let's see what we need as far as a spacer pack.
Actually be pretty close.
That should do it right there. And yeah, that's right. Always put your thinnest spacer on the bottom. That's a winding recommendation. Okay. That's it. That's the installation of it. We got a lot more to do. Like I say, we're gonna pull this chip breaker back, get it so it don't intersect. Set the other one up. That's gonna do it for this video. Just quick and easy. Come back for the next one. We're gonna run this 1.5" store-bought and make tongue and groove, V-groove out of it. But we appreciate you watching. If you got any comments, drop in the comment section. There's a lot to this machine. We try to show a little bit each time we go along. It would be a super long video if I did a tutorial on how to run one of these. We sat in class 2 days and our eyes was glazed over. We learn more here doing it than the class gives you a starting point, and then you get out here and you go and do and you learn. But we appreciate you watching. Big shout out to Matthew and Solomon editing these videos. I greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to check out Solomon's channel, Third Beard Fishing, and his new music soundtrack he's got for his own channel. You'll enjoy that. But thanks to Whining, they make an excellent piece of equipment. We love them. Love running it. It's old, but I'm old, so we go together good. I'll give you a little rosebud. There's something new coming. I just made a deal on it today. We got to go take another road trip. Facebook Marketplace. So stay tuned for that. It'll be out for too long. Can't stay off Marketplace. It's going to get me in trouble. But that's going to do it. As always, guys, we greatly appreciate you watching. Appreciate each and every one of you, all the comments. I love them. I answer all of them. But that's going to do it, and we'll see you back at the mill.
Thank you for watching. Here's a video selection and a playlist suggestion. Click here to subscribe for more great content. We'll see you at the mill.